So thank you very much, Diana. Good morning to all of you. At the beginning of this Congress, our health counselor mentioned this kind of Udine Charter or Udine manifesto, as we want to say. It's a sort of set of recommendations to politicians, decision makers, all whatever people, operators, and so on that work in communities to contrast loneliness. So that's why we tried to think about what we can identify as key principles, key elements to put in this manifesto or charter. It doesn't work. So it could be a position paper, a policy paper, or whatever, but the important thing is that it has to promote a connected society, so a sort of strategy for tackling loneliness. And this Congress is really laying the foundations for this kind of change. So next steps, which are also what we learned during the Congress. So all of us can be affected by loneliness, and so all of us can take action to help defeat it. To achieve this kind of change and to ensure that this change is a long-term change, we have to work together across sectors with all really the components of society, so in partnership with businesses, the health sector, local government, the voluntary sector, and the wider civil society. And we have to focus on key trigger points that push people in and out of feeling alone, of feeling lonely, and we need to do this, we need to learn and to test preventative actions, so those actions that can promote prevention of solitude. But we need also to measure the impact of our actions, and the university is, of course, a key element in this, because we have also to measure and to reduce loneliness more effectively. So at the center, as it is for your work as volunteers of IFOTES, at the center should be the person. We called it in the Healthy Cities program a sort of Copernican revolution. So all services have to be targeted and adapted to the person. As since I mentioned the Healthy Cities program, probably you learned it during the Congress. Udine has joined this program in 1995. So it was a sort of a health enlightenment, because since then the city really started to work very, very committedly on these on health issues. There is also a national network, and these, you can go very quickly through them. These are the main challenges in health promotion, so urbanization, climate change, demographic change, but also how we work on these issues. So we call it the whole of government, whole of society approach. So all of our sectors and civil society operators and subjects have to work very closely one each other on these vulnerable groups. And then thanks to this Congress, we added emotional and relational health. This was really the first time that also WHO keep really into consideration the themes of disconnection and emotional health. I mentioned also yesterday in a parallel session the Sustainable Development Goals, probably you know them. There are some of great importance, like good health and well-being, but also resilient communities and also partnerships for goals. And partnerships for the goals, it's really what we are doing now. So trying to combine together the work of your network and of our Healthy Cities network. You know, there are many similarities. Also, we have this covenant of mayors. We signed it in February, and it is to promote healthier and happier cities for all. So to have happier cities, of course, we have to tackle solitude and loneliness. And again, the health inequalities are a big problem. They are increasing. And also dementia-friendly communities. So much more people is affected by dementia, so this is another great issue. So we started during these 2 years working for the Congress, but also working to involve the local community of Udine in this important Congress by trying to raise awareness. We started with the name Solitudine No was the name that we gave to this global framework, global program, and we organized some initiatives, for example, regarding solitude and loneliness in old age, but also with some programs in schools, so this is listening skills. We tried to involve also young people in improving their listening and communication skills. These initiatives somehow added to many other initiatives that we have in the cities, many other programs. This is, for example, a program that has been presented yesterday, No la solitudine. This is a program to stimulate for cognitive stimulation and dementia prevention in older people, but also intergenerational initiatives. So reading as a tool for building relations. And then this playful paradigm, this is another network where we can also join forces and resources. It is a URBAC program on games as a flexible and innovative way for healthy and sustainable placemaking, but also for building relations. And so, and many other, I will go, this is also another program of walking to school, urban gardens, but coming to our, to the end of our Congress, so the future will be that we would like really to increase our collaboration, so Healthy Cities and IFOTES, to reach an increase also in emotional health promotion. These are some key challenges and goals that we thought about just listening to the lectures and to all the works of this Congress. So, for example, to recognize the importance of personalized approaches and local solutions to tackle loneliness. So we saw that it is really vital, given the complexity also of this condition, then to implement a political strategy where also the political level is involved, to set priorities in all sectors, so involving urban planning, transport, housing, public spaces, and infrastructures, to empower people's social connections. Also to improve how organizations and services connect people at risk of experiencing loneliness, and to make it easier also to access information about the opportunities that the city can offer. And also to increase capacity building and knowledge in all our organizations, so schools, hospitals, NGOs, mass media, to be prepared to address loneliness, but also to contribute to humanizing all these places, services, and procedures. And again, to unlock the potential of underutilized community spaces and create more opportunities for people, to maximize the power of digital tools. We saw also from the presentation of Professor Kitaro that digital tools can be very useful to connect people, so we have to use them for this reason, to invest in programs which encourage and help people be connected within the community, and finally to foster dialogue, sharing, listening, building positive and genuine relationships. So these mutual and intergenerational solidarity, and promote individual and collective resilience. We call resilience really the force of a person to overcome difficulties from a personal or also collective point of view. And finally, to tackle stigma, discrimination, intolerance, and hate speech, which inevitably lead to social exclusion and loneliness. So I would leave you with this quotation, which is, I can be by myself because I'm never lonely. I'm simply alone, living in my heavily populated solitude, a harum scarum of infinity and eternity. And infinity and eternity seem to take a liking to the likes of me. So hoping that we can transform the loneliness of people in this kind of condition. And finally, if I can go, okay. So, and finally, really a big thank you to you. So I would like to thank IFOTES for giving to the city of Udine the opportunity to learn, share, and discuss in all these days, and to gain inspiration. This Congress was really of great inspiration to me. And we thank you, each of you, for having contributed to the meeting, but also for the good work you are doing every day. And we hope you can also build on this by raising awareness in your communities with your decision makers and politicians to continue also to learn and act on this issue. So we look very much forward to working with IFOTES in the future and to build a more connected and resilient, friendlier and healthier society. And finally, I would like to thank Diana. There is also a loneliness of the organizers. I'm sure that Diana felt this loneliness many times during the preparation of the Congress. So really, Diana, thank you very much for all your work.